Thank you for joining Where in the World is Frank and Gina and Video Fit Solutions. Today we're going to go over to Senoia, Georgia for the last day of filming for the hit show The Walking Dead. Please like, share, and subscribe to Where in the World is Frank and Gina. On October 31st, 2010, AMC aired the pilot for a new show called The Walking Dead. The show's premise was that it was a post-apocalyptic horror drama on AMC that followed a main group of survivors living in a world overrun by zombies. It was developed by Frank Darabont and based on the Image comic series of the same name by Robert Kirkman, Tony Moore, and Charlie Adlard. So today, Video Fit Solutions, on the final day of filming for The Walking Dead, we put together a series of clips. There's no sound, but it'll just help anyone who's seen the series reminisce and what they've seen over the years. We hope you enjoy the video. Let's take a look. What you're viewing now is the fictional town of Woodbury and Alexandria. In front of you is Alexandria, which is also the town of Senoia. So let's go back and reminisce for a few minutes on some of the video footage that made the show what it is today. We hope you enjoy. Please like, share, and subscribe. Here you have from season 1 where Rick gets shot and Shane assists him. Here Rick finds out after coming out of his coma that the world is a different place. Here's a picture of Rick, Carl, and Lori. Next up we hear where Rick has met Morgan, who later becomes an important figure in the series. Next up we have Glenn with Rick, and T-Dog, Lori, and some of the other characters. And oh boy, who could forget Merle? Here you have Dale and T-Dog. Who could forget Carol's ridiculous husband, and then Sophia. Next we have some scenes from the CDC. Next up we have Herschel, and rest in peace to the actor Scott Wilson. Next is a heart-wrenching scene from the prison. Here you have Maggie's sister, Sasha, and Tyrese. And after courting Rick's wife, Shane couldn't take it anymore and tried to kill him. At that point, Rick defends himself and kills Shane. Once reanimated, Carl has to take Shane down before he gets Rick. And here you have the introduction of Michonne. After Lori's death, Rick and Michonne eventually develop a romance. And then you have the character Jesus, whose story arc didn't get to materialize like some people wanted. And who can forget the leader of the hilltop? One story arc that turned out for the better was Father Gabriel. Next you have Glenn, Maggie, Rosita, and Abraham. Next up is the prison scene and the war with the governor. There were several major characters lost during this war, including T-Dog and Lori. And who can forget there are many ways to get where you're going, and the introduction of Negan. This was a defining moment in the series. While one member of the group was expected to be killed, no one expected two. Glenn and Abraham were the two. Here Negan antagonizes Rick and takes Daryl prisoner. Next up, you have Andrea trying to reason with the governor, which is fruitless. Here you have Rick, Michonne, and Carl, and he finally meets back up with Morgan, who's now a changed man. And who can ever forget about King Ezekiel and Sheba? And here you have Carol having a discussion with King Ezekiel. And their relationship eventually blossomed into a romance as well. Next up, you have Enid, Carl, and Jesus taking supplies. And here Negan is trying to exact his power over the town, and by taking Eugene with him. And after Simon betrays Negan and the scavengers and murders them, Negan has to exact the same on Simon in order to maintain his power. Here's Eugene making bullets for Negan. What he didn't know was that Eugene was actually trying to help his friends. And here you have the injury to Aaron's arm. Next, we have the introduction to Alpha, and then the infamous Pike scene. At this point, Laurie's child, Judith, has grown up, and little AJ, which is now Rick and Michonne's child, has also grown up. Here we have Michonne taking off, searching for Rick. And here you have Negan trying to redeem himself with Maggie for the murder of her husband, Glenn. And as the survivors have survived all-out war, they have no idea what the Commonwealth has to offer. However, they soon find out that the leadership here may be just as ruthless, if not more ruthless, than any of their other adversaries. However, humanity even exists from within this place, which gives the survivors a chance. And during the final act, all of the characters are coming together in the communities, rebuilding. holding the ones we love, and still looking for the ones we love, as Michonne and Rick still are looking for one another. Well, the show has officially come to an end. However, I'm sure the residents of where it was filmed are happy to get back to their homes. As for us fans, we'll have remnants here of the show for years to come. Don't forget to stop by Nick and Norm's, owned by Greg Nicotero and Norman Reedus. It's a restaurant right there on the strip in Senoia. Please like, share, and subscribe to Where in the World is Frank and Gina. We hope you enjoyed the video. The Walking Dead show lasted for 11 years in Georgia. The town of Senoia will never be the same. The fans won't be the same. And thanks to all the actors and producers of the show. God bless, take care, and we're out.